So, you're curious about blockchain, right? Well, today we are laying out the complete, updated 2025 roadmap to becoming a developer in what is honestly one of tech's most exciting and lucrative fields. Let's just dive right in.
I'm going to start with a pretty direct question. How do you land a six-figure tech job that you can do from pretty much anywhere in the world? You know, it sounds like a dream, but in the world of blockchain, it's actually becoming the standard.
$100,000. And let me be clear, that's the kind of starting salary we're talking about for blockchain developers. It is one of the highest entry points in the entire tech industry. And today, we're going to show you exactly how to get there.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll look at the absolutely massive opportunity in blockchain. Then we'll walk you through the two-part learning roadmap. We're calling it the foundation and the build phase. And then finally, we'll cover exactly how you go about landing your very first job.
So let's get into section 1, the $100 billion opportunity. I mean, why should you even focus on blockchain in 2025? Well, because the global market is projected to be worth over $100 billion. And a market that big, it's going to need a lot of skilled people to build it. The first thing you got to understand is that this goes way, way beyond just cryptocurrencies. This technology is fundamentally changing huge industries. I'm talking about finance, supply chain management, healthcare, even gaming. That's exactly why massive companies like JP Morgan and IBM are pouring so much money into this space.
This slide right here really tells the whole story. It's simple economics. The demand for skilled blockchain developers it's skyrocketing. But just think about it for a second. How many do you actually know personally? Probably not many, right? And that's because the supply of talent is still incredibly low.
And this imbalance, it creates a huge opportunity. As tech entrepreneur Ali Solanki puts it, this gap between the super high demand and the low supply means that developers who get in now are positioned to make a lot of money. It's as simple as that.
And that brings us right to section 2, the foundation. Okay, this is where the real work begins. Before you write a single line of code, you have got to build a solid base of knowledge, literally from the ground up.
So this foundation phase has 3 key steps. First, you got to understand the core concepts. Second, you need to pick your first programming language. And third, you're going to go even deeper on those technical fundamentals.
At the very heart of pretty much every blockchain application is something called the smart contract. Just think of them as programs that automatically run when certain conditions are met, and they do it all on a secure, decentralized network. They are really the engine of this new web.
All right, once you've got the concepts down, it's time to code. The path we really recommend starts with Python, just to get your general logic down. Then you move to JavaScript for web integration. And from there, you'll learn Solidity, which is the main language for writing smart contracts. Seriously, knowing JavaScript makes that last step so much easier, because they share a really similar syntax.
The final step of your foundation is to really go deep. This isn't just about coding anymore. It's about understanding how the blockchain actually works. You really need to master concepts like its underlying architecture, the cryptography that keeps it secure, and the consensus mechanisms that let it work without any central boss.
All right, with that strong foundation in place, you are ready for section 3, the build phase. This is the fun part. This is where you switch from just learning theory to actually applying your knowledge and building real, tangible projects.
And this phase also has 3 steps. You'll start by actually writing and deploying your first smart contracts. From there, you'll build full decentralized applications, or what we call DApps. And finally, you'll learn the frameworks that make this whole process way simpler and more efficient.
Okay, now a really critical warning as you dive into smart contracts. Unlike traditional software where you can just push an update and fix a bug, many smart contracts, once they're out there, are irreversible. A small error isn't just a bug, it can lead to millions of dollars in losses. This means learning about security isn't just a nice-to-have, it is absolutely essential. So after you've mastered secure smart contracts, you'll start building DApps. A DApp is basically a full application. You know, just like a website or a mobile app. But its back-end logic is all powered by those smart contracts running on the blockchain. This is where your JavaScript skills for the front end and your Solidity skills for the back end all come together. Need some ideas to get started? No problem. Here are a few great first projects to start building your portfolio. You could build your own simple crypto wallet. You could create a basic NFT marketplace. Or hey, even make a decentralized to-do list where the tasks are stored on the blockchain. And now for the final and, let's be honest, the most exciting part, Section 4.
landing your first job. You've built the knowledge, you've built the projects, so how do you turn all of that hard work into a career?
Okay, this might be the single most important step to actually getting hired. You need to contribute to open-source blockchain projects. In this world, a strong, active GitHub profile is your resume. It's real, concrete proof to employers that you can collaborate and that you can ship real code.
And the rewards? They're pretty unique. I mean, while a lot of tech jobs are dragging people back to the office, blockchain roles are almost always fully remote. And because these companies are often global, you're typically paid in dollars, which can be a huge advantage no matter where you happen to live.
So let's just sum it all up. The role? Blockchain developer. The location? Remote. And the starting salary? Consistently $90,000 to well over $100,000 a year.
So there you have it. We've laid out the opportunity, the learning path, and the final steps to get you hired. The roadmap is clear, and the demand has literally never been higher. So the only question left is, are you ready to start building?